Alright, YouTube. Well, I'm going to try another thing here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things. I'm going to make some trays, put on some of this VMAT, glue on some VMAT here, make some trays with a slope to it, put a box on the top and it pumps the water up and out of, and see if that works for a concentrator. Kind of like the Gold Cube. A little different. They've got a few things that I don't know how to do quite yet, but I figure this is a good first step for catching some of that real small flower gold. Modified, get some mats in there, different mats, try different mats. Give me something to do throughout the rest of the winter. So, we're going to start with number 1. Work our way up to 2 and 3 and, so on and so forth. The top tray and the bottom tray are going to be a little different than the 3 in the middle. But for the most part, should work pretty good. I'll get back to you after I build the first one. See you guys in a bit. Okay, YouTube. Well, we've got it situated at this point. We've got the bottom, first tray, second tray, third tray, and then the top. Just use beadboard, tongue and groove. It all locks in, as you can see. See that right there? And then you pull it down, and it locks into place. Okay? As long as the beads are all nice and tight all the way down through, you've got it locked in. This one here needs to come down a little bit more. So why don't we see if we can't adjust it. I'll get it all tuned in to where I can pull them apart and put it together pretty easy, and then I'll put my caulking on there and a little bit of Loctite on the screws, and that should hold it all together and make it watertight. And then we've got to build the trays. The trays are going to be pretty simple. Plexiglass, some 1x3, some screws, and they just go inside, on those. And as you can see each one comes off separately. I'll take a little step back. Hey. All right. So we'll do a little bit more and we'll get back to you. See you in a bit. Okay, YouTube. So this is what we got. I've put in some plexiglass. They're all at an angle. You can see they go just like that all the way down through, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, all the way till we hit the bottom. Now I'm going to put the high rib V-matting. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, we're going to glue each one of those to each one of these. Now I'm going to have each one come up on the side here from this tray up. That's going to be on here and it's going to be loose. It comes up so that when the water hits down, it'll be glued on, so I don't know if we actually need to do that. It should shed, so I might put it on, try it out, and then probably end up taking it off. Anyways, but we'll get it put on, we'll see where the mats lead me, and we'll go from there. Alright, talk to you in a bit. Okay, YouTube. So, I got the mats in, as you can see. Alright, this will be my hopper. Alright, I'm going to hook up the water so it comes in through here. Just figure out a piping system, and then this I'm just going to put here and raise it up and down as a gate until I get the proper water flow. And then I'll screw it in place. While I'm doing that, it'll probably just be taped. And I'll probably put something in here to dampen it. Insulation or, some type of sponge or something like that. But gotta let the mats cure 100%. We'll get the pump and etc. hooked up and we'll get it running. We'll run some material. So my next video, you guys will see this thing running. So, as you can see, this was my little project. We'll see if we can't catch some gold with it. It all falls apart. See that? It comes right out the bottom. If I run it out on the river, I'll probably put my Gold Hog sluice below it and see what I can catch. So, that's it. If you guys like it, please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. I always read the comments and try to, answer each question I get. And again, if you guys want to see anything specific, let me know. Talk to you in a bit. Alright, YouTube. Well, we've got the box is built. I've got it mounted on the tub. I built the hopper. As you can see, the door opens, let water out, let it in. I put some mesh in for a dampener. We'll see how that works, whether I need it or not, or if I need something different. So basically, it's ready to be tested. I got an 800-gallon pump. I have an 1100 downstairs. We will see if this one will work, or if I need to get a larger one. So basically, we're going to test it out. I'm trying to get this hooked up right now. Hard to do one-handed. Okay, so that'll go there. There. I think the rise might be a little much for that pump. But I do have an 1100 gallon an hour per pump downstairs. I still have the small battery, but I do have a charger that I can hook up to it. I couldn't find the inverter that would work for that pump. So it is what it is. If anybody knows what I need to go up there and convert either that pump or an 1100 gallon per hour pump into something we can plug into an outlet, let me know in the comments. But I was also thinking, if the pump's not pushing terrible hard, I should be able to adjust the box up and down. So I might actually try the other pump just to see. And basically, by adjusting the box, we can take, a piece of wood that's the length of the box and lift here. Hold on. Lift here. Stick it under. See, it lifts that on that end, which in return will change the angle of the mat, pushing the block further in will make the mat lower slope. So I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to be on the mats. I set them all at about 12 and 13. The top one is at 19 and the bottom one is at 17. But those can be adjusted accordingly. If I prop the one side of the box up, that will change the following mats to a 10. A 10? No, a 9. Changes it to a 9. And then I can adjust accordingly. So I just really need to figure out where the angles are, where it catches the most gold, where it still classifies and exchanges. So, I mean, this is really just a prototype. But it should, by all means, work well. I got a block for each one, but I don't think I'm going to need that. I'm hoping that I can find that if I adjust the bottom one at an angle this way, which will in turn lower the mat this way, it'll bring that up. So then in return, it should lower this mat and no. Now let's see. If it lowers this mat, raises this one, it'll lower this one, raise this one, it'll lower this one. So I'll lower 3, and then I'll only need 2 blocks in that one and that one. Well, that can't be right now. Yeah, well, we'll find out. We'll see what it does. I did cut enough blocks to do them all, so I'm good by that. When you're testing, this is part of it. So I'm hoping all the joints are nice and tight. I mean, it is just some boxes put together. If it works well, I'll build something a little nicer. I'll keep this obviously to run and bang it up and test it out for the next year. You'll see it in some of my videos. We'll see what it does, how it catches, and then maybe some point we'll do a better version, and we'll go from there. Or maybe I'll come up with the funds to buy the gold cube. Who knows? But this should work. So, all right, YouTube. Well, my next video will be running this. I'm going to hook up the pump to get everything glued together, fill the water, get my exchange going, figure out what pump works, and then the next time you see me, we'll be running some material through this. All right, so catch you guys in a bit. Bye. Okay, YouTube, so I had the other one, set it up, it didn't work quite right, so I went out and got some paint trays. As you can see, that worked pretty good. I bolted some things together. Now this all comes apart, these all come out of each other. I made the mats separate so you can clean the mats out separately. I put a box here, I put the water intake through the back. Pump's down there, 800 gallon per hour pump. Right now it is set at a decent angle, about 10, 11 degrees. It can drop down to a 2, which is nice. As you can see, it runs down through pretty good. Right now we just take that off. For some reason another pump keeps whining. Maybe it's struggling to keep up or etc. But I also got to come up with something to hold this in place. And for now I might just use a bungee cord. But it runs. It runs better than I had before. Those white boxes like I have there on the bottom, they didn't work so well. They leaked and etc. But I think this works pretty good. We can get the pitch down to about a 2 and a 13-inch run. So it is, able to change the pitch. So this is a lot nicer. It works a lot nicer than the last one did. So, I think that's it. I think I figured it out, and I'm going to run some material through it. So the next video you see, I'll be running material through this one instead of the last one. But as you can see, it's just a plain, cheap paint tray. It's got a slot down here in the bottom. The water runs down through, hits this mat, comes again, hits this mat, comes again. So it's kind of zigzag back and forth, which is nice. The legs are just the back side of the pan. Cut the back side of the pan off. Made 2 legs out of it. Put a simple 1x3 in the back. Screw that through the side. Bolted it at the top. Hot glue gun, super glue. This is plexiglass. They're the same pans that I had before. So it all works. It all worked very well. Inside here, put some insulation up in there to damper it down a bit, and then it just runs. As long as you keep that good, I put something in for a stopper to stop it in the front, and a little slot in the front to allow the water to run over with a little kick on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so that's it. Next time you see me, we'll be running material. Catch you guys in a bit.